that he would be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford.
Fine.
Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want, comes down.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special.
What other opportunity in life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evan said 150, Bud. He think Bud gets. What other opportunity in life you gonna get to make 150 million?
Canelo Álvarez, the famous Mexican boxing champion, has agreed to fight Terence Crawford if the money is right. This news has generated a lot of buzz among boxing fans, as both fighters are seen as two of the best in the sport.
Do it.
Why not? Why not? I think Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, you know, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So,
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trainer, is thrilled about the upcoming fight. He highlighted that this is a long-awaited chance for Crawford to prove himself against a tough opponent like Canelo.
First off, how excited are you about it, and break the fight down for us?
Well, I ain't gonna break the fight down for you because I don't want to get a game plan away. But I'm excited for Terence more than anything to get the fight that he wants, to show the world that he's great. He's great, one of the greats to lace up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer. It's a job of Saul, job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to leading to that win.
A lot of people make a lot about the 21-pound difference, the 14-pound difference, however you want to look at it. And they're saying that they think that is just going to be too much, a bridge too far for Terence Crawford, that the size and the strength of Canelo Álvarez will carry the day, ultimately wearing the perceivably smaller Terence Crawford down. What do you say about that?
I tell you like this. The man must have seen something when he called to Canelo out, because you got to remember, bro, Canelo out. So he must see something in order for him to get that win. And he know he can win. So like I said before, it's our job to get him to that point.
I talked to Jose Benavidez Jr. about the fight between Terence and Canelo Álvarez. A glowing report from Jose Benavidez Jr. about Terence Crawford, saying that Canelo Álvarez better not sleep on Terence Crawford because he is an effing beast.
Well, you know, he been in there with Bud, so he understands, you know, what Bud can bring to what brings to the table. So he just giving that warning out to this, not only Canelo, he giving the warning out to all the bettors out there that's going to bet against Bud. You fuck up and lose your money.
Terence Crawford is set to earn a massive $135 million for this fight, making it one of the biggest paydays in boxing history. This huge sum highlights how important the event is and reflects Crawford's growing status in the boxing world.
What Bud said, weight class is for a reason. But then Bud and his team heard the TBV show. Then it's like, yo, you know what? Bud, we could throw the towel in. We gonna shimmy all the way to the bank. We gonna drop this 9 figures in the bank. We got you. Do we believe we could beat them? Yeah. What other opportunity in life are you gonna get to make 100 and something million? Look at Evan. Coach Evan said 150, Bud. He think Bud gets. What other opportunity in life you gonna get to make 150 million? Also be able to have an eject button. If you're doing good, the towel never come out. Shit get ugly, the towel come out. They not about to just let Canelo beat on Crawford if Crawford can't handle Canelo. You understand? It's not gonna be a pride thing. You know, Bomac been there all his life. Why would I allow that?
In a straightforward chat with Joe Rogan, Crawford expressed strong confidence in his chances for this major fight. He talked about his belief in his skills and his readiness to take on the challenge, emphasizing his determination to succeed against Canelo.
I spar big guys, you know what I mean? But I believe in my skills and my ability, and I believe in my team. I believe we'll come up with something that, you know, will be suitable for me to be successful in that fight.
That would probably be the biggest fight in boxing.
Definitely.
That fight would be gigantic.
It would.
That would be a big one.
Boxer Tim Tszyu has shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight, suggesting that Crawford might find it tough to outbox Canelo. He pointed out that the result could depend on which version of Canelo shows up, stressing the Mexican fighter's adaptability and experience.
I think he can outbox Canelo. It depends on what kind of Canelo rocks up, and Canelo is very, very experienced. But at the same time, he's had a lot of fights, which means that there is a time that you do go downhill as well. So I don't know. It's an interesting fight.
It's a crazy fight. I like it. A lot of fans have said like they're not interested because of the weight difference. But like to me, it's like I want to see how he's able to deal with the weight difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, Canelo used to be a 154 as well. So there is a slight weight division difference, but then Terence is coming up from 130. So
yeah, he's a lot smaller. Yeah, Canelo's like a little mini tank, man. He's like his bones are he's just a stocky dude.
Thick.
This fight is being called a historic showdown between two of the greatest fighters of their time. Set to happen during the Riyadh season, the event is expected to attract worldwide attention and cement the legacies of both athletes.
Right, as you see here, Terence Bud Crawford is back training. Is he training for that May showdown with Saul Canelo Álvarez? A mega fight? That's a mega fight. In movies, you have blockbuster movies like Star Wars, Independence Day. This is a blockbuster fight. This is a massive fight. Two of the best guys in their era facing off against one another. This would be explosive. And it's supposed to be Riyadh season, Cinco de Mayo. This is a fight that reportedly Canelo Álvarez has agreed now. That's huge. Who y'all got winning this fight? You see Terence Bud Crawford training. Is he training for Canelo Álvarez? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think.
Coach Joel Diaz has raised concerns about the size difference between the two fighters. He pointed out that the smaller fighter might struggle with both landing strong punches and handling Canelo's power, warning that some people may underestimate how much this could affect the fight.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Álvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's two more divisions. Canelo Álvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
There have been discussions comparing the fighters' resumes. Critics point out that while Canelo has faced and beaten top-tier opponents, Crawford's list of opponents doesn't include big names like Gennady Golovkin, raising doubts about his experience at the highest level.
There's no Triple G on Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Yeah, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite boxer.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez has expressed concerns about Crawford moving up 2 weight classes for this fight. He pointed out that weight classes are in place for a reason and worried that this big jump might not be the best decision for Crawford.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right.
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. 2 more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Former super middleweight champion Caleb Plant is excited about the upcoming fight, recognizing the incredible talent of both fighters. He expects an exciting, competitive match that will capture the attention of boxing fans around the world.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, be able to find out firsthand.
Addressing concerns about the size difference, Crawford downplayed the idea that Canelo has a major advantage. He stated that Canelo is not an overly large opponent, further boosting his confidence in facing the challenge.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with Benavidez?
Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him, but the only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something, come in 190, 200 probably, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I thought that at one point when Volkanovski was champion. I had retired and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for, this dude's 5'6" and he's pound for pound.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up. Yeah. You just size him up, especially when you're going into a bigger weight class, size him up and you see your advantages.
Boxing analysts have had extensive discussions about how the weight class might affect the fight. Some believe that if the match took place at 154 or 157 pounds, Terence Crawford would have the edge due to his skill and experience in those lighter divisions. However, if the fight is held at 168 pounds, many analysts favor Canelo Álvarez. His natural size, strength, and ability to perform well at this heavier weight make many believe he would have the advantage in that scenario.
If Crawford and Canelo were to come to fruition, you see that being competitive, still even with the 21-pound difference, Jim?
If I'm Crawford, I don't want to have to go up to 168 pounds to get the fight. I want to somehow gull Canelo into thinking that it's okay to fight him at, best of all possible worlds, 154. But if I'm Terence Crawford, I want to try to make clear that there's no way you're going to get me to come into the ring at 168. That's your game, not mine. If Crawford is able to get Canelo down to 160, and so this depends on what I see out of Canelo this weekend.
Right.
But let's say he has a good fight, not a great fight, and he wins. If Crawford can get him down to 160, I make it a pick fight. If Crawford can get him down to 154 or 157, Crawford is, in my view, a big favorite in the fight. 168, I still have to favor Canelo.
Sports commentators Stephen A. Smith and Andre Ward have weighed in on the upcoming fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Álvarez, acknowledging the impact of the weight class. They noted that some people might underestimate Crawford's abilities, especially his exceptional skills and determination. While both analysts recognize Canelo's natural size advantage at 168 pounds, they stress that Crawford's technical ability, adaptability, and resilience shouldn't be overlooked. They believe Crawford's knack for thriving in tough situations could make him a serious challenge, even against a larger, more powerful opponent like Canelo.
What fight do you think is out there now that we all should want to see where we probably get more than we expected? What's the ideal fight?
The game is different, man. It's a lot of strategy going on with guys not taking fights and why they're not taking fights. I like the Terence Crawford, Canelo Álvarez fight. A lot of people say,
So do I.
That I'm crazy for thinking that Terence Crawford could win that fight. And my thing is like, okay, well, if you don't think that Terence Crawford can outbox Canelo Álvarez, you may have to check your eyes.
You're not watching. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's a reason why Canelo Álvarez ain't jumping at that fight. He fought Amir Khan, which was, I think, 2 weight classes lower than him. So the weight thing ain't that big a weight class.
And he fought Charlo.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing with that. So that's a fight that I would really like to see. That's a dangerous fight for both fighters for different reasons.
Commentator Showbiz the Adult has pointed out that Terence Crawford has yet to face an opponent of Canelo Álvarez's caliber. He emphasized how important it is to have experience against top-tier competition, something Canelo has done consistently throughout his career. Showbiz the adult believes this fight will be a major test for Crawford, challenging him in ways he hasn't been tested before. Despite Crawford's impressive skills and achievements, facing a fighter like Canelo, who has so much experience and versatility, will be a big step up. The outcome of the fight will show if Crawford can perform at the elite level.
People bring up Terence Crawford, Canelo Álvarez. We keep bringing up the weight class, but that's not my thing. This is what I'm mostly thinking about when it comes to that matchup. Terence Crawford has never met anyone like him. Y'all don't understand the importance of that statement. In order to beat Canelo, you gotta be great first. Triple G, Floyd, Bill, you gotta be great because Canelo is great. Canelo ain't just a big tank guy, that's why he's great. Hit, good speed, accuracy, great heart, guts, shit, he's great. He has that X factor that only the great ones have. He fights more often than Crawford, at least twice a year. And he doesn't stop fighting. He fights through knee injury, wrist injury. If you're 6 foot something, if you're 5'11" or 5, it doesn't matter. He's great.
Former opponent Amir Khan has shared his thoughts on facing both Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford. He acknowledged Canelo's immense power but pointed out that, despite his strength, Canelo can still be hit. On the other hand, Khan praised Crawford's exceptional defensive skills, describing him as more elusive and harder to land punches on. Khan stressed that while Canelo's offensive power is impressive, Crawford's ability to avoid strikes and control the pace of a fight makes him a more difficult opponent. This comparison highlights the contrasting styles that would make a potential fight between Crawford and Canelo so intriguing.
Them both, like, what are the differences between them? Canelo's strong and is easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't hit clean. They both hit hard because, and you can see that strength when I was fighting against Crawford. He is very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go for fighting Canelo?
Boxer Edgar Berlanga has acknowledged Terence Crawford's legendary skills and accomplishments but emphasized Canelo Álvarez's clear advantages in weight and size. He pointed out that these physical factors could play a key role in the outcome of their potential fight. While Crawford is renowned for his exceptional boxing ability, Berlanga suggested that Canelo's natural size and strength might give him the upper hand, especially as Crawford moves up in weight. This contrast in physical attributes could significantly influence the fight's dynamics and favor Canelo, despite Crawford's technical skills.
Good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out, you know what I'm saying?
Stephen A. Smith has expressed concerns about Terence Crawford's decision to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Álvarez. He pointed out the significant differences in size, power, and experience between the two fighters, suggesting that Crawford may be at a disadvantage. Smith questioned whether this ambitious move is wise, given the challenges of facing a much larger opponent like Canelo. While Crawford is an elite fighter, Smith believes the weight jump could be too much, and the outcome may not favor him. This raises doubts about whether the matchup is practical.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Álvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.